Kite Man! Hell yeah! That's right, guys. HBO Max is coming out with their own Kite Man series based off of a spin-off from the Harley Quinn animated series where Kite Man was, I believe, engaged with Poison Ivy, and then Poison Ivy left Kite Man for Harley, and well, Kite Man's getting his own show. We got a teaser trailer. We just watched it. We're here to talk about it. He's Hussin. They're Neb. Dan, let's do this.
This is dumb.
Thanks for watching. Okay.
It looks funny, but
Absolutely.
the thing is, it would have been really funny after season 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna work. People don't like Harley Quinn anymore. And I'm not speaking for everybody, but I know, I love that show. I was fully invested, locked and loaded, on board times 10, and then the first season ended, and I watched a little bit of season 2. And then I couldn't care less, and I couldn't stand the writing, and the show felt unfunny and depressed. I think there's maybe one good joke, and that might even be in season 1. I don't remember, where somebody gets Harley Quinn shoots somebody with an experimental gun, and it's a cancer gun, and he's like, "Oh my god, I have cancer now. I gotta go be with my kid." She's like, "I'm sorry, I didn't know. Why would someone make this? Why?" And that's super funny, but the novelty of it wore off quickly because the centralized storyline wasn't entertaining anymore. The bits are pretty funny. The bits on their own are actually still funny. Clips of the show are hilarious, but it's just whatever. So the Kite Man thing maybe would have worked forever ago, but not now.
It's funny you say that, because based on what you said about the fact, so disclosure, I saw a good chunk of season 1 of Harley Quinn up until the Kite Man splitting up. Didn't see season 2. I heard it wasn't great, so I didn't want to go season 2. Kite Man looks like the producers recognized that season 2 of Harley kind of went downhill, that people probably won't jump on for a season 3 if they revert it back to the original, and are instead trying to make a spin-off off of the more successful one and keep it more in that vein of the goofy humor instead of the relationship stuff that it kind of went more towards. Once again, this is just from my understanding. And in that regard, I think it's going to be kind of funny, because I like that stupid humor. And that's kind of what I wanted out of a show from that. That's why I stopped watching Harley when it became it's a lot more about them as a couple as this. No. I don't want
I like the
people.
pining.
I want jokes.
I like the pining for each other. And the will they, won't they stuff was funny in the background of another narrative. I really, really didn't care for once they're together, it's roll credits. That's the end of it. It's like Jim and Pam on The Office, if you guys need a real world comparison. What's the show after that? Well, then it's Michael and what's her face, and then they leave the show, and then it's Dwight and Angela. Far less compelling than the original pairings. You know what I mean? There's no show after this is done. Neb, what's your good take?
I think I'm all out. I think I don't know what they're doing. Why I don't know why I'm here. I watched season 1. I did. Okay, I really enjoyed season 1, and I thought it was just impressive overall. I'm not really into animated adult comedies. They're all kind of the same to me, but I was surprised by how it did seem to have a big appreciation for the comics, and the animation was pretty good for what it was. The fight scenes looked great, all things considered. And yeah, so it seemed like a big labor of love. And then I still really enjoyed season 2, even though it definitely wasn't as good, but I still really, really enjoyed it. And I don't know, something about season 3, I just couldn't do it.
I think I maybe got through 2 as well.
Approved. I really don't understand how this got approved, because DC's in the state that it is anyway, so who pitched this?
This got approved over Young Justice.
When? I'm actually very curious, because it said coming too soon. This is a new thing. There's a strike going on. When did this start?
They had to have written it during season 1.
Because that's kind of what I'm feeling is
I think they wrote the spinoff then, and then now they're putting it to. Now they're gonna put it out because they don't have anything. I don't know.
Maybe this was a break it glass in case of writer's strike. This was a.
We could have gotten Young Justice season 5, man. I'm just like, and
You're not
Harley Quinn and Young Justice were the two premier shows that were DC Universe that were moved to Max together in a unit, and they were part of the Max run, and they gave all of their marketing, all of it, every penny of it to Harley Quinn, every single freaking penny. And then when it came to Young Justice, they didn't do it. But every single time somebody puts out a clip on Twitter of Young Justice of any mundane thing, like Benny put out a tweet that was this Superman interaction where Superman's talking to somebody from the Legion of Superheroes and he's pretending he doesn't know Clark Kent. And it's so funny and goofy. It goes viral immediately. Everybody loves it, but they didn't market it. And now we have another season of a bad version of a great show because nobody cares anymore. That's why the AMTP in these studios suck.
Okay, that aside, I want to mention one thing about this that I find hilarious, and that's the fact that Kite Man, a villain that came out of a single comic, people loved so much because he said, Kite Man, hell yeah. And that turned into him getting his own origin, getting a beefed up in comic, like, villain, being an actual character, being made into a side character on a Harley Quinn show, one of the most well-known DC characters, to the point that he is now getting his own spin-off show. From Tom King Batman, Kite Man, hell yeah. I just find that hilarious that gimmick characters like that can still exist and can still get to this point. And frankly speaking, I think it's going to be hilarious. I'll be honest. I think this is going to be hilarious because of the fact that the show showed us that Gotham and Batman lore has jokes out the wazoo that you can do in animated cartoon fashion. And doing it with Kite Man, where you can just say, yes, this is a villain. You've got the rogues gallery. You've got all of this, but you don't have the pressure of Harley Quinn and what comes with that of Poison Ivy and the Joker. Like, there's literally nothing set up. This is just a comedy show that they can do what they want. And that's what makes me look at this and go, this has potential. This could potentially go somewhere and then get ruined by a season 2 when they try and make it something legit with an actual story plot line. But if this stays to just stupid, silly stories and fun shows and just stupid jokes, I think this is going to be what Harley Quinn could have and should have stayed as, the jokey adult cartoon in the DC universe.
Harley Quinn's relationship is fine. It just doesn't have another through line. That's the problem with the show.
And
like, it's like her wanting to like get past her Joker hang up, her wanting to get Ivy, and those are really good through lines. And then it's her with Ivy, but that's not a through line. That's not emotionally interesting. I would watch this in 13 parts on TikTok. I wouldn't.
And you will.
And I will.
You will.
And I will. But I want to say that's how I know Harley Quinn hasn't been hitting its stride the way it did before, is because there's no clips of it on TikTok. and for those of you,
that's a great standard, actually.
It's a huge
if it's successful, it will be broken up into 62 different parts and released it on TikTok with some stupid app game or oddly satisfying clips beneath it.
Yeah. And for our audience that doesn't use TikTok, because I do know that we have some really, really cool people that like just don't interact with social media like that. TikTok has become very, very prominent in the sense of like people will make accounts every single day and they'll get deleted within 3 weeks. But in those 3 weeks, they get approved for something called the TikTok creativity bonus. So if you have a video over 1 minute, literally over a minute, we're talking 1 minute, 1 second, 1 minute flat, that video is now qualified for this fund, and the fund pays $1 per 1,000 views. So they basically like cut up clips of popular movies, like old movies. Like they'll get the most standout scene from Forrest Gump, like something that they know will grip people. They'll put a minute of it out, and then they'll part 40 it to the end. Then they'll go back, start a new account, or even go back on the same account and upload the beginning of it. Every one of those clips gets between like 1 million, 500,000, 400,000 views. By the end of airing one movie, some of these people will have made like, we're talking like $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, and it's all from stealing movies. So that's like a big thing. And then also people just upload clips that are funny, like, and those aren't a minute long, but that's immediately like there are memes of it made. And the cancer ray meme from Harley Quinn, I've seen it 1,000 times. It's super funny. It's like a really great gag. Somebody commented Suits syndrome. Yeah, Suits is the big one on TikTok right now because it got on Netflix and then it immediately trended as the #1 show on Netflix. Even the show is years old and diminished in quality tremendously. It's trending because people keep watching it underneath Subway Surfer and all these other nonsensical things. It's
Subway Surfers, Family Guy.
It's
Take your
weird.
pick.
You know what's so funny? It's the best version of marketing I think media has ever had. Like, there's a show right now. We're talking about superhero stuff. Michael Rosenbaum was Lex Luthor on not Flash. Oh my God, no. He was Lex Luthor on Smallville, and he's like a pretty funny guy, but on Smallville, he plays Lex Luthor. He's pretty straightforward. And I didn't know he did a lot of work post that. Like, I haven't seen him in much, but there's a show trending right now that's because clips of it are showing up where he plays a guy impersonating a pastor. Like, he tries to jump off a bridge at the beginning of a thing, and some guy's like trying to talk him down, and they're like, I'll jump over the bridge, like I'll stand over here on the ledge with you and talk you down. Then the guy falls immediately and dies, and then Michael Rosenbaum steals his life. And it's called Impastor, and the show looks bad, but on TikTok, oh my God, it's so funny. And I went and I looked up stuff about the show. I want to watch it. I I'm invested in this show now. So it's kind of a fun marketing tool that I wish was around during the Young Justice era, because I know those Young Justice clips would have killed.
Young Justice, yeah,
would have
TikTok,
killed in
it
the clip department.
So much.
It's had
there.
some here and there, but never like the level of resurgence should have had, because it happened after the fact. It happened after the show was already canceled, so people aren't like gearing up to try and put some support behind it. Would you guys look at that? We've done nearly 11 minutes of a Kite.
I know, and I was actually really just proud of us. Go ahead and say,
yeah.
That's really all we have to say, though. I will just wanted to put that in there because it was a teaser. I mean, heck, 11 minutes off of a 1 minute thing. That's we are good at our jobs. Anyway, Kite Man, hell yeah. I'm actually kind of excited. I'll watch those. I'll watch them. I'll definitely watch the clips when they pop up on TikTok. That's for sure. Anyway, he's Hussin.Kader on YouTube. Neb's Good Takes on Twitters. And I'm just Dan. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Successfully padded it to 11 minutes. Yep. Get that mid-roll ad, baby. If it does well, it'll do real well. Somebody said that Young Justice Season 4 didn't make enough money. Yes, it did not make enough money because it wasn't marketed. That's like a big part of getting a property successful. So many people commented, wait, Young Justice came back? Young Justice had a Season 4? First, it was on DC Universe, which is like a defunct comic book platform. It's not a movie platform, not a TV show platform. When it got moved on to Max, it was really good. Like Benny has a lot of gripes with it, and everyone has a right to their opinion, but I think most people really, really enjoyed it, but it was never marketed. So it was never part of the greater conversation. So it didn't have that hype that some TV shows, like I think I favorably remember Loki, not because the show is good, but because the discourse around it was really fun. It's important of like where it falls in the cultural landscape of the world. That's my take, guys. That's my good take. Neb, what if I rerun Bad Days as Hussin's Good Takes? Are you gonna copyright me, brother? If I take your thing?
I think that's actually good because I haven't spread to other platforms yet, so you should take it all taught for sure.
There you
go. I might join TikTok as that, to be honest.
You should. I was thinking about rebranding
Neb's Good Ticks.
Neb's Good Ticks.
When you go to TikTok.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you should say Neb Good Talks. If it's Neb Good Ticks, they're gonna assume he has like what's it called? Tourette's. He's gonna assume Neb has Tourette's. Like tics from Tourette's. Yeah,
I can see that. Okay, yeah. Talks. Yeah, there you go. Neb's Good Talks.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't get to say it in the video, but my husband left a comment in the chat that I thought was really funny, where it felt Kite Man is like, I'm sure Kite Man will be fine, to be honest, but he said it has the vibes of like Euphoria Season 2, when they said that they wanted to capture the vibes of like when a party is over and everyone's hungover, but like some people haven't gone home yet. That's what Kite Man feels like.
Oh my God.
It's just shouldn't have been here, man.
All right, guys. We're clocking out.
We're going to go ahead and call it there for today. Thank you, everyone, so much for being here. You've all been fantastic. We are going to be live again, hopefully on Monday. I'm going to just say hopefully because I don't know. Maybe something will come up. Maybe something won't. But hopefully we will be here. Hopefully we'll have some topics to talk about. Thank you guys so much for being here. He's Hussin. They're Neb. I'm Dan. And we'll see you.
Bye, guys.